Hi guys, how are you all doing, and welcome back to my channel. As the title suggests, yes, I'm gonna be talking about pageants. So for those who know me personally and for those who are following me on Instagram would know that I had taken part in 2 pageants this year. So I thought I could share my experiences and also give you some information about it and know how to be prepared for a pageant. So this will be helpful for a lot of people who are wanting to get into a pageant, be it small or big. So when I say big, the big pageants include pageants like Miss India and Miss Diva. Miss India leads to Miss World and Miss Diva leads to Miss Universe. And for those who are trying out any of these, Miss Diva's audition has started. So if you are looking forward to becoming the next Miss Universe, apply for it and get going, start preparing for it. But so there are various other pageants internationally also, but that's a next step. So let's first focus on the pageant which is inside our nation. So for Miss India and Miss Diva, there are a lot of eligibility criteria that you need to pass even before going to the auditions. I will tell you what they are. So the first thing is your height should be 5'5" and above to be part of even the audition. Okay. So the second thing is your age should be 25 or lesser in Miss India, whereas for Miss Diva you can be 27 and below. So the third thing is you should be having the title Miss with you. So that means you're not supposed to be married, you're not supposed to be widowed or divorced, because the title says Miss India, so you need to be a Miss. The fourth thing is you need to be an Indian passport holder. You have to be an Indian nationality. This is because if you end up winning Miss India or Miss Diva, you would be representing the country for the international pageant. So these are the 4 most important eligibility criteria that you need to pass even before going to the audition. So you apply for it online and they will probably send you a mail stating all the rules that you need to follow while you come for the audition. If you're falling in that category, you can go ahead and apply. So they will be calling you out for the audition, which would happen in your city, and you would go attend the audition. So during the audition there would be few rounds where the first thing that happens is, no matter if you've written 5'5" in the application form, the first thing that they do when you enter the audition hall is have an equipment that checks your height, and they'll check if you're 5'5" and above, and only then they'll let you go register. If you're not 5'5" or above, they will send you back home and you can say bye and leave. So that's the first thing. And if you are 5'5" and above, you can go register yourself. So the first round will be a catwalk round, and you need to be wearing a white tank top with blue shorts, blue denim shorts, with 5" or 4" heel, which is only beige or gold or silver in color. So they specify all that when they send you the mail, and you need to have like really natural makeup going on with very pleasant hair. There are no bold eyes or bold lip or heavy curls. You should look very simple and elegant, so they would be able to recognize you with and without makeup. They're so particular even about the lipstick that you need to use. You can either use only a nude shade or a pink tone shade. For the next round, you need to wear a cocktail black dress, a little black dress, nothing long though. The third round would be an introduction round, and they see how you speak and how confident you are and all that. And this round will be the question and answer round, where the judges would ask few questions to the contestants and they see how spontaneous and how well you could answer. So from this, usually in Miss India, there are around 3 people who are picked in the end who would represent the particular state, and these 3 state winners would go for zonals. So in Miss Diva, there are like 3 or 4 people who are picked from city-wise audition, and then they take into Mumbai for the final auditions. This is what I know, but if there are any changes, I will tell you. But apart from all this, there are other pageants happening state-wise and city-wise. For example, Miss Tamil Nadu, Miss Chennai, Miss Karnataka, Miss Kerala, and Miss South India, Miss Queen of India, and many more such pageants are happening. So the eligibility criteria in that is not as strong as what it is in Miss India or Miss Diva. You need to be holding the title Miss. That is very, very important. The height requirement is not as strong as the main ones. Apart from only the Miss category, there are also other pageants where you can contest even if you're married. So there are Mrs. category pageants as well and Mr. category pageants. So if you look up and search for what's happening, and if you're really, really interested, you could go and participate in few of those. So these are the most basic things that you need to keep in mind before going for a pageant. So you need to be mentally prepared and you need to be physically also prepared for going for any pageant. So apart from all this, I have something very, very important. At least I consider that as important. So the thing is, I have heard a lot of people pronounce pageant as pageant. So I have issues with that. So it's not pageant, please, it's pageant, okay? I know I sound like Hermione Granger from Harry Potter, but disturbs me, guys, it does disturb me. So as I told you before, I had taken part in 2 pageants this year. The first one was in June and it was called Femme Miss Face of South. So I had taken part in that. So since it was Face of South, we had a lot of people coming in from different states and cities. So we had a lot of people coming from Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mangalore, and so many more other places from the South region. So it was a great competition. Pageant was for 4 days and we were taught a lot of things. So these pageants have a lot of sponsors who come in. So for example, in this pageant we had a makeup academy coming in for doing our makeup, and as well as they conducted a session for us and they taught us a lot of things about makeup. So that was a great thing. So we had people coming in from Maharashtra who helped us with our one-liners for our introduction round. That was a lot of fun because it was all quirky and creative. I still remember the first 2 lines of my introduction. So it was something like, and they knew that I sing, so I had something like, Adele said fire to the rain, and I'm Anjana Ramesh here to wow you again, and 2 more lines of it which I don't remember. So that was kind of fun. So in pageants there are a lot of rounds. Depending on what pageant you go to, there are various rounds like cooking and sports and how fit you are and things like that. But it depends, it varies on different pageants. But one thing which remains constant is a talent round which is there. So if you have any talent, don't forget to showcase that talent in this platform. So they do say that no, it does not add any points. Some say that it does add points. So no matter if it's adding points or not, you do and you showcase your talent that you have. So you can either sing, dance, do a mono acting, or do a theatre performance, a solo theatre performance that is, and anything that you think you're good at. So I will tell you how you can be prepared for a talent round in my next few episodes, but these are the basic things that you can do, and you need to be well prepared for that as well, because you would have a prize or a sash that says Miss Talented or something like that. These were the things that happened in that pageant, and we had really cool outfits during Femme Miss Face of South. I will probably add a picture and show you guys how it was. So in Femme Miss Face of South, I went to top 8. And we had a question and answer round in the end, and I gave a good answer, but I didn't win it. But that's okay, it was still a learning for me as to what I should improve and things like that, and I will tell you more about it in the later episodes. But yeah, that was it about Femme. So the next pageant I went to was Iris Glam's Miss Face of Chennai. So I went for that in the month of October. So before that came up, I was like, I don't want to go for another pageant, and that was my mindset back then. But my mom was like, I think you should give it a shot because she is a winner of Mrs. Chennai 2003. She was the first runner-up. So I'm really proud when I say that. I think that's where I've inherited my liking towards pageant, and that I took that path because of my mom. She was like, she saw the ad on the newspaper. She said, oh, these are the same people who conducted my pageant, like her pageant in 2003. And they still, they're in this industry for a very long time. So she said, go ahead and give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Why do you care so much about the result? I'm like, okay, cool, I'll give it a shot. So I went for the audition. So it happened in a mall, and I ended up there, and we had to walk the ramp. We had to do a catwalk, and then we had to introduce ourselves. So in a basic audition, what they look for is how confident you are, how well you're dressed, and how neat you look, and the presence that you have over there, like how you portray yourself out there. So that's about it. I was good, so I got selected and I went for the semi-finals. So the semi-finals happened on a Sunday. So the day before, the whole Saturday, we had a grooming session which happened. So we were taught how to walk, and we were taught how to speak, and we were taught a lot of things, so which I'm really grateful for. That was a lot of fun. And we had like stylists and few motivational speakers who came in and told us what we need to be prepared for and things like that. And the next day was the semi-finals, and we had to walk, talk, and do the whole jazz again. And from there were like around 40 girls and more than 40 to 45 boys. Boys were contesting for Mr. category, obviously. So we had these two categories, and there were about like 20 girls and 20 boys picked for Miss and Mr. And I was one of them. So after that, we had our finals happening during the end of October, so we had few days to be prepared. So we had practice during every weekends and sometimes during a weekday. So in this pageant, we had something called the opening ceremony. So as I told you, there were 40 contestants, 20 girls and 20 boys. So we had 4 groups consisting of 10 people each, which is 5 boys and 5 girls. So we had to perform a dance sequence. So every group had a dance sequence which they had to perform. That was a lot of fun because we had dance rehearsals, and apart from that we also had our walk and choreography rehearsals, which we had to really master because they wanted us to walk really well. It was the finale day. We performed really well. In the first round we do a catwalk and introduce ourselves. So you introduce yourself, and after that there's a question which is given to you at that moment and you need to answer it. And these questions were not given to us before. So at that time they see how spontaneous you are and how creative you are and how well you can answer without being afraid or having stage fear. So you answer and you get back, and then you change into your evening round, and again you do the choreography. After which you go backstage and the MC will call out the top 6. So the MC did call out my number. He calls out the top 6 and we go onto the stage, and we're all given a pen and paper, and we're told to write the answer when a question is given to us. So in this, all the 6 of us get the same question and we need to write it down, and the time gets up after 1 minute. So we're given a pen and paper to write down first and then talk, because the MC cross-checks if what I'm saying is exactly the same thing by standing next to me while I'm answering. So again in this, I only went to top 6 and I didn't win it. And I was pretty disappointed and I was pretty bummed about it, because I had given one of the best answers and I thought I will win it. I thought I would be at least in top 3, if not winning the crown. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, you might never know what's happening on the other side. So I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, cool, what else? And I just left after that. That's it. So yeah, so that's about it for this pageant as well. So there are a lot more things that I want to share with you guys, like I told before. Like, I want to tell you what are all the important things that you need to keep in mind before entering a pageant. Like, there are a lot of things you need to be prepared with. So that will be my next episode. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did, don't forget to like my video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not my subscriber. So if you know anybody who are planning to get into a pageant and they're searching for someone to give them some idea about what really happens, share my video with them. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.